Smile and breathe deeply, boys and girls. So I wanted to share with you some information I realized myself about convict conditioning. So some of the exercises put a lot of strain and pressure on the shoulders, such as pull-ups, push-ups, handstand push-ups. Now, this is not a bad thing. It's just that we're constantly using our shoulders in the convict conditioning system. So all this to say, once you're leading yourself into a back bend, building all that strength also builds a little bit of rigidity, right? So sometimes you're doing your back bend and you don't necessarily, you're not necessarily able to do a good back bend, not because your back is rigid, but because your shoulders are rigid. And I noticed actually before the convict conditioning system that my shoulders were a bit more loose, which it doesn't matter because I gained so much more strength versus the flexibility that I lost. That's not a big deal at all. But I do want to cover some basic shoulder openers and flexibility drills so that going into back bend is a little bit easier. Now, the guys I've seen do a full stand-to-stand back bridge in YouTube give me the impression that they're guys that could have done it anyways before they followed any of the progressions, which I mean, good on them. They do a very good job of it. But if you guys are stuck, let's say at step 6, 7, even maybe step 8, it's probably because you're lacking something in the shoulders. So let's get to that. The video before this, I did some stuff about the wrists. So let's do some shoulder stuff, right? Normally I would have you hold each pose between 30 and 40 seconds, maybe a minute, but we don't have that kind of time. So just grab the right tricep with the left hand and pull towards you, right? So again, hold it anywhere between 30 seconds and a minute. Then do the other arm. Then take the right hand back and just grab the right elbow and pull towards the left. And then opposite way. The next ones we're gonna do on the floor, right? So one is easy, actually they're both easy. You bring one hand towards the extreme right, so you extend it. And then you turn towards the left. Don't torque the shoulder. You can bring the foot on the back or on the right or in the front, just like so. Lean the opposite hand into the floor so that you can establish how much pressure you're going to put on the shoulders. This is to say if you want more pressure, you push. If you want less pressure, you go this way. And then ultimately you do the other side. Keep in mind, in your personal practice, do it 30, 40 seconds, a minute. Here we're just going to do it a little bit quicker. So this does the inner shoulder. The next one does the outer shoulder. What you do is you bring the arm through to the left armpit, so right arm, left armpit, and you glide the left hand in front of you. And then come back, and you do the opposite. If you're not keen on doing this stuff with the floor, you can actually even do them with the wall, where you bring your hand like this, and you look the opposite way, and opposite, and again, you bring your hand inside, you lift towards the sky with the opposite arm, and opposite. So I didn't hold these for very long because it would be a lot of dead space, but I'll reiterate, and I can't emphasize enough, hold the pose for at least 30 seconds. Sometimes if you want, you can hold it a minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes. There's a system called yin yoga. They hold some poses anywhere between 3 to 15 minutes. I mean, this is a bit long, but you get the idea. If you really want to build flexibility, the longer you hold it, the better, but keep in mind, don't overstretch or overexhaust the joint. So that's it. Wait for the video at the end. I'm going to show you the step 4, and I love you guys very much, and namaste. So part 4 leading to our stand-to-stand bridges, head bridges. This one I really like. It's really fun. I used to do it a lot during my yoga teacher training. So what you want to do is bring the knees quite close, not too wide apart, and the legs in internal rotation. So now you implant the back on the mat just to engage the abs a little bit more, yeah? And then you bring the hands next to the ears. So from here, you push into it, and you come to bridge. And it's as if doing push-ups, but the opposite way. So we'll go for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower down. Please, every time you do intense back bends, don't forget to do forward bends just to reset the back. And also drink a lot of water because the kidneys do take a lot of pressure. So you just want to replenish your fluids, and you just want to be kind to the kidneys. So do a forward bend and drink a lot of water after doing intense bridges. And I'll see you guys at step 5.